Hi, hello there. My name is Kayla and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. In today's video, we are reviewing the highly anticipated Wet n Wild My Melody Kuromi collection. We got the box, y'all. We got the box. I had another video planned today, but this one is far superior. Whenever the news about this reached me, I was absolutely blown away. I was so excited. I had to have it, obviously. I absolutely love Wet n Wild. I love their formula. I love that they're cruelty-free, and I absolutely love that they are affordable. There's not a Wet n Wild product that I've tried that has failed me, and I absolutely love Hello Kitty. I love the whole Sanrio family. I stan Hello Kitty. I stan Sanrio.
And I fully support that, Warner. You know that, right?
I can't tell you guys how happy this makes me. This is probably the best launch of 2020. Just throwing it out there. If you'd like to see how I got this look and final thoughts on the My Melody and Kuromi collection, then keep on watching. Alright, so before we jump into the look, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information about the product. In the collection, they came out with 2 lip glosses. We have this really pretty pinky gold color for My Melody in the shade Oh My. And for Kuromi, we have this really pretty lavender sparkly purple color in the shade Little Miss Punk. And then we also have 2 liquid lipsticks, this fuchsia pink color, which I have on right now, in the shade Sweetie Pie, and this really pretty purple in the shade Goth Girl. Goth Girl. In this collection, they also came out with 2 dual-ended brushes that have these little glitter flakes in them that you can move around. And we also have 3 palettes. We have the My Melody palette, which is mostly pinky, warm-toned colors, a lot of sparkles. Some of the eyeshadows are indented with little hearts, which is super freaking cute. We have the Kuromi palette, which is a lot of dark colors. We have some really pretty purples in there and some yellows. Some of the eyeshadows are also indented with little skulls. And we also have the highlight and cheek palette. In this collection, they also dropped this really cute little makeup bag that has My Melody on one side and Kuromi on the other side. So the blush palette retails for $9.99. The lip products each retail for $4.99. The 2 eyeshadow palettes retail for $9.99 each. The brushes each retail for $9.99. And the cute little makeup bag retails for $8.99. And the whole collection retails for $64.99. I do want to add in here that the bundle is limited edition and it is currently sold out on the Wet n Wild website. I'm not sure if it's available on any other website, but it is sold out on wetnwild.com. With that being said, all the products are still available individually on their website. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be restocking this. So I do see this collab as a sort of like collector's thing. If you're a huge Sanrio fan or if you're a huge Hello Kitty, My Melody, Kuromi fan, this may be something you want to pick up. I would also like to add this bag is big enough to fit all of your Wet n Wild, My Melody, Kuromi products in it, which is amazing. Alright, now that we have all of that out of the way, let's go ahead and get into this look. So as you can tell, I already have my full face of makeup on, so we can jump into the box. I feel like I just received PR or something. Obviously this was not sent to me. So I bought the whole collection. It came in this big, beautiful box. I'm so freaking excited. Already I think this is an amazing collab. Like, I can't stop looking at the box. It's so pretty.
You are so beautiful.
I know I say I'm excited about everything in every video, but honestly, this is something I'm super excited for and I have waited for, and it's finally here. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. Okay, so we have this big sort of foam covering the products. Oh! Adjust that. It's so So on the top of the box, you can totally see the reflection of my ring light, but that's okay, not bothered. It says, stay sweet, make trouble, My Melody and Kuromi, X Wet n Wild.
Transcending ages and love for generations, Sanrio steps into the Wet n Wild spotlight in a bold My Melody and Kuromi collection that will have everyone feeling naughty and nice.
And it has all the social media information. So this is the contents of the box. It is absolutely beautiful. All right, I must say, now that I'm like closer to the box, it's definitely scented. It smells like a fruity sort of smell. And to answer your question, if I'm going to keep the packaging, I am totally keeping the box. Okay, so first I'm going to dive into the eyeshadow palette. I don't know which one I'm gonna use. Should I use both of them or just one? The My Melody one is definitely my sort of vibes. I absolutely adore the pinky shimmery shades in here. I adore all the shades in both the palettes, but the My Melody one is definitely more up my lane, what I typically do. So I'm gonna use this one today, and I'm gonna use this one in another video. Does that sound okay? It does? Okay, okay. In true Wet n Wild fashion, these come sealed. The absolute most barbaric, hard to open seal ever. Upon opening, it is definitely scented. You don't have to go in there to smell it. I smelt it from over here. I smelt it from in the box. Wet n Wild's products are typically bomb. I haven't come across any Wet n Wild product that has been an absolute fail. The eyeshadow, I will be using the little dual-ended eyeshadow brush. At the top here where My Melody is, it says blend, and at the bottom here where Kuromi is, it says shadow. Before I go into this, I will go ahead and do some swatches for you guys on my arm right here. The shade names are on the back of the palette. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and quickly do some swatches for you. Okay, so here we have all the colors from the first and the second row swatched. And here are the colors from the third and the fourth row swatched. I didn't really have any difficult swatching them besides this mustard yellow color and this brown shade here at the bottom, but besides that, they all swatched beautifully. So right off the bat, this brush is like really, really soft. Thank God. Alright, so the first shade I'm going to use right here is this really light brown color, the shade Adorbs. And I'm going to be using the blending side of the brush. And I'm putting this color in my crease. I'm going to be taking this pinky shade right here, the shade
Kawaii,
on the same brush, and put that in the crease as well. There is a little bit of fallout, so beware with that. Now I'm going to take the shade Flower Power right here on the same brush and putting this in my outer corner. So this one is kind of pressed in there. The girls are pressed. They're ready for war. So I'm going to take this wet Morphe M124 brush and put it on my outer corner. Alright, yeah, that's a lot better. Now I'm taking the shade Sweetness on the blender brush as well and putting it on my outer corner. As you can tell, there is a ton of fallout. So beware. Now I'm just blending these shades in all together. And I'm taking my MAC 213 brush into the shade Kindness right here, this brown color, and putting it on the outer corner as well. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease, and I'll be back to finish off the eye look. Alrighty, so I went ahead and cut the crease. Now I'm going to be taking this white shade at the top here, the shade Angel Baby, on the shadow side of the brush, and I'm going to set my crease with this. Now I'm taking my MAC 213 brush with the shade Kawaii and softening the crease. I must say, these eyeshadows are performing very, very well. I am super impressed. Okay, so now I'm going to get into the glittery part. I'm going to take the shade My Sweet Piano on a wet Morphe M166 brush and put this on my eyelid. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but this is like neon pink and I am living for it. Alright, now I'm taking the top shimmer shade up here, the shade Shimmy Shimmy, on the same wet Morphe M166 brush and putting this in my inner corner. Alright, now for my lower lash line, I'm going to be taking the shade Kawaii on a Morphe M506 brush and just popping that under there, connecting it to the upper outer corner. I'm also taking the shade Sweetness on the same brush and popping that right in the corner. Alright, now that the eyeshadow is complete, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyeliner and my eyelashes off camera, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I went ahead and finished off my eye look. Now we're going to get into the blush and the highlight palette. I'm going to use the blush and the highlight brush for this. Before I do that, I'll go ahead and swatch the shades on my arm for you guys. Alright, so here are all the blush and highlight shades swatched. For blush, I'm going to be using this shade right here, Honey Bunny. This also smells like the eyeshadow palette. It has like a fruity sort of sweet scent to it. It is super pigmented, so be careful. Oh. Alright, so I'm going to use my Morphe 527 brush and blend this together because this is super pigmented. I'm going to take the slightest bit of it on my nose. So freaking cute. I love it. And for highlight, I'm going to take the shade Call Me Nice, this one with the little heart indent, and just put it on there, I guess. It's definitely coming off more as a gold than a pink, but it's still really cute. Pop some of that on my Cupid's bow and some on my nose. Yeah, this is definitely more of a light gold color than a pink color, but it's still like really pretty. Alright, now on to the lips. Oh. The purples are the Kuromi and the pinks are the My Melody. I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with the theme of this video and use the pink gloss and the pink liquid lipstick. This packaging is absolutely adorable. I love it. I love all of it. The lipstick also has a fruity sort of smell to it, like the eyeshadow palette. I'm so scared. I never use lip colors like this, so we'll see. Oh, it's pigmented. Oh my god. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and pop the gloss on the center of my lips. Alright, here we have it. This is the completed look. What do you guys think? This is definitely not something I would ever really do every day, but you know, given the circumstances, of course I was gonna do this. Who do you think I am? Who do you think you are? I am! I love Hello Kitty. I love the whole Sanrio family. Yeah, I think this turned out very pretty, very cute, very
kawaii.
You know, this lip color, I would never usually do something like this, but I kind of like it. Alright, so my final thoughts on the Wet n Wild Kuromi My Melody collection is it's absolutely adorable. I freaking love it. It's in the true Wet n Wild formula. The eyeshadow looks absolutely stunning. I will definitely be using the Kuromi eyeshadow palette in a future video. I did have a few issues with some of the matte shades in here. The yellow one didn't swatch that well, and the brown one at the bottom here. They were a little difficult, but you know what? For the price point, I think it's totally worth it. As far as the lip colors go, the liquid lipstick was super pigmented. It went on very easily. I only had to go in once. I didn't have to do a second layer. The lip gloss is very, very sparkly. You can obviously see that. The highlight and blush palette is absolutely adorable. I didn't use these shades on the bottom, but I used these two shades at the top. The highlighter shade in here comes off more as a gold on the skin than it does a pink. At least it did for me. The blush is very pigmented, so if you have this or you're considering buying this, I would just be aware that the blush is super pigmented and to go in with a very light hand. Okay. Now for the brushes. I think these are absolutely adorable. I love the glitter floating around in them. I think it's so cute. The brushes worked really well, just like other Wet n Wild brushes. I think it's really cool that they were able to make these dual-ended so you get more bang for your buck. I think they got the colors spot on for these characters. The very bright, sparkly pink colors are totally my melody, and the purple, vampy colors are absolutely Kuromi. And these colors, they totally fit their characters. They did such a good job with this. I'm very, very happy. But yeah, so this as a whole collection, fabulous. I will definitely be using this very often. The lip color, I don't know. It's beautiful, it works. It's just not something I personally use every single day, you know? But yeah, wouldn't it be awesome if Wet n Wild kept collabing with Sanrio and released like a Kuromi palette and a Choco Cat palette? Like the Kuromi palette could be like really pretty greens and yellows, and the Choco Cat palette could be like really pretty warm brown shades and like silvers and gold. Oh, Wet n Wild, please keep collabing with Sanrio. We sold out this. I mean, come on, just do it again. Yeah, so that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this, please give it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be the first to know when I upload a new video. Everything that I used on my face today will be in the description box down below. Bye!